Hi, it's Jamie. Hope this video finds you in a good place. Just wanted to talk a little bit about I've observed and I've been close to people in my life that are feeling a bit lost or a bit unfulfilled, and they have lost their faith in God in some cases, and somehow they either can't get back to connecting with God, or they can't feel truly satisfied, they can't feel truly grounded or cared for enough where they can let their guard down and just feel a sense of peace. And that really upsets me, because there is a lot of fulfillment to be had in the world. There's a lot of peace. There's unlimited amounts of peace. So one theme I think about a lot is pursuing the different thrills and things in the world. And there are a lot of things in the world, and a lot of these things might make us feel good. Things that we desire, things that we own and possess, and experiences that we have. So I believe in enjoying the world and enjoying the gifts that you have in this world. But I think that over time I've just learned that these things don't provide me lasting fulfillment. They provide me fulfillment until I can get back to that same feeling that I had, or buzz that I got for being in a certain place or being with certain people, or whatever it is. So maybe part of the aging process has taught me that there are certain things that don't matter as much. And definitely enjoy your life, but try to keep your eye on what's truly fulfilling and things that last. So one of the things that as I've become more religious and more devoted to God, one of the things that I think about is Scripture. And in Scripture, if you don't feel fulfilled and you feel lost, well, there's a lot of Scripture that speaks to this. Jesus had the Sermon on the Mount, and he said a lot of really profound things, and he started some of the rituals that were the foundation of the church. But some of the things that he had to say really made sense. One of these lines here, which I think this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 6, it says, "Blessed are they that hunger and thirst after justice, for they shall have their fill." I've read it in other translations, and it says, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, and they will have their fill." So, regardless of who is saying this, is it good advice? So let's just be literal for a minute. When you say justice, what is that? A concern for justice, peace, and genuine respect for people. Okay, well that's kind of helpful. That sounds like a respectable thing to do if you're a good citizen of the world. What about righteousness? Righteousness, I feel like, it's one of those double-edged sword words where people use it against righteous people. Or for some reason it's a good and a bad thing. I don't know, maybe that's just my perception, but righteous would be living according with divine or moral law, free from guilt or sin, morally right, justifiable. I mean, these are the definitional ways to look at it. I look at righteousness as someone's desire to please God through the ways that they are living their lives in thoughts, words, actions. So, another thing that being righteous could do for you is, let's pretend you were being righteous and you were trying to live with the love of God in your heart, and you're trying to help your fellow man, and as you're doing that, your attachment to things that are worldly or as defined by Mosaic or Christian law, or the rules, if some of these things that are sinful and worldly attachments start to fall away, then maybe some of the love of God can pour in to you, because you're empty. You're like an empty glass, and you're asking for, if you're empty, you're asking for God or the devil to fill you. I mean, I can't say asking for the devil, but I mean, you're sort of an open slate if you empty yourself. And I guess if you're emptying yourself of sinfulness and you're thinking about love and helping your neighbor and living a life where if God was looking over your shoulder, you'd be proud of it, then the love of God should pour in. You shouldn't have the devil and bad thoughts pouring in. So, I'm not really sure how this helps you, or if you how you think about this, but I guess if you can reflect in your own life, were there times in your life where you felt closer to God and you felt like you were living a more peaceful and morally straight life, and were your priorities above and beyond your worldly needs and duties and responsibilities and earning money and pleasing your boss, or gaining that next thing, that next possession, earning that next level of status. I just don't know what it all adds up to. I guess that's one of the big questions. I'm all for enjoying the ride, but I feel like enjoying the ride and loving God and letting God's love into your heart and into your mind is a better way to live, and it brings a peace that's harder to describe to someone who doesn't feel that way. Yeah, that's how I can't make you feel with this video. Because if you feel empty, you feel empty. And maybe you can't fill yourself for a reason. Because maybe it's not your job to fill yourself with joy. Maybe you need to get out of the way. Thanks for listening. Have a great night or day. Bye.